Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Beryl's farming just fine, yet to go back. Does have teleport, much like we often see in this lane. And we should be able to just reach relative equality when it comes to the mid game in this one. And I think that's what... Oh, Karis just pressed rocket jump, but Perfect is looking for a kill onto Morgan, and he'll get it, and gets away. No worries!
Just out of turret aggregate, observers couldn't keep up with all the aggression.
Sided violence.
I mean, Rumble is just so good in this matchup. He can play it well, and he certainly is. Doiv is in trouble.
Doiv is going to have to twist an advance. Does manage to push Pyosik away. That is a decent ulti, but it's not going to be enough depth. Dawns the Shadow, and that is going to be it.
I mean,
that doesn't make any sense.
Like, Beryl is getting just barely on his way out. Casual walk away and collect plate money.
He was so close to having some Void Mites there as well.
And unfortunately for Doiv, the way that Pyosik utilized his ultimate there allows him to just get on top of that poor Maokai. The ultimate from Deft secures the kill, so Deft picks up money.
To deliver.
Yeah.
To work.
I mean, this is the kind of walk up and say the objective belongs to me type of situation that we were talking about. Now, Rumble isn't here. Doesn't have teleport, of course, just going to go topside, but they know there's no commitment here. Morgan doesn't have TP, they know that, and so it's really easy to just have package for
Rift Herald. They might be able to get it. The investment of 4 people in this area.
So, I mean, this is definitely securable.
There's an equalizer from a level 11 Rumble.
Yeah, this is a bit of a potential problem. He's not going to commit.
Okay, we're not.
Not with
to him.
I mean, BDD is just packaging the enemy soul laner because that's how much control they have. This could be an opportunity.
Yeah, Karis actually coming over. As Solar Flare comes down, Pyosik will mitigate that one as Dawning Shadow flies in, and here's the teleport. It's perfect, it's a scary one, but Beryl is just 1v2 at the moment. Effort will fall down as now BDD is going to make his way in. And MB down to about 100 health, and Beryl's able to flash his way out. Morgan, he can't catch up to him. Oh, the flash, that was a good one. As BDD will just demand control, and don't be anywhere near this Drake. Not this one. BDD has package. He has, oh my god, the big ones are just so big, but the Corki is going to be wiped out immediately. But at what cost, ladies and gentlemen? That is the question. The Equalizer had already done so much work. Effort's burning. But he is not going to survive, I don't think. Pyosik presses the R button and he is taken down. Pyosik wants even more, but there is a Drake to be considered here, KT. A 2-for-1, probably the best news here for Bro.
Yeah.
They will lose out on the Drake, and that's soul point for KT.
I mean, you can see some of the inherent risks in this type of composition for KT. Like, the Corki is going to get blown up if it's ever caught. It shouldn't be, but if it is, it doesn't last very long. You can see even in that last here, there's no follow-up.
They were really lucky BDD didn't have a chance to press the package button, as BDD is going to take a kill onto Effort there as well. Get some revenge after the last team fight that he didn't really like too much. He had already lost a little bit of health to some rockets, but this is incidental damage. Yeah. Xayah, had not actually participated at all and was below half health.
Yeah, nope. And that turret is gone.
Yeah.
They kept it alive for one more wave, and then now it's gone. And now they're looking for Inner because they have range, they have poke, and Spades are going to force a teleport here, but what can Morgan do? He's going to show up to watch it burn, and Envy's now half health.
Perfect now. Getting towards Bro. Desperation Baron, but it is getting taken down very, very quickly. Pyosik in the area, there's an equalizer. Oh my god, the burn. But Doiv is able to lock it down, and now he flashes away. It's highway robbery.
Can they get out, though, is the question.
Well, Pyosik is chasing after Doiv, but the Bramble Smash is there. Envy likely to die. That is a Dawning Shadow and a rocket to the back of the head.
I mean,
but they get out with 4 Barons. So there was no contest there at all. They're like, well, we got Baron, so they at least cannot take that for the next little while. And so the Drake is going to be claimed. That is a 3 Infernal Soul as BDD making his way towards this top side. We're going to have a look at a bit of a speed. It's a really tough game here. As Effort will get snared. There's a hook, but it's interrupted. Solar Flare is decent there as well as Bro will pile in. The Dawning Shadow's decent as Pyosik will be taken down first, but Doiv just explodes. The hook is going to land in KT. They say we're trading 2-for-1 until we take your Nexus.
Is Perfect for 1 and 4 this game isn't actually the main character, which normally at 30 minutes the Corki is actually doing a lot. He's still doing a lot, but they're dying to Equalizer.
Well, Effort is diving as, all right, Perfect is going to go down to half health here. Featherstorm does come through as Envy. He can pull those back. Buster Shot going to be used here as Deft. Oh, Envy almost able to get a kill, but Perfect just dash cannons him to death.
And now it's going to push to end as BD is bringing the package to the enemy Nexus. He's completing the delivery. Corgis usually don't do that, but this time he's going from one side to the other.
Yep, making sure that he follows through, gets it all the way to its destination. Look at this poke damage. It is absurd. Package delivered. There's the hook, but the Zenith Blade was there. Still, they're going to be able to take down everyone underneath this turret. The Dawning Shadow comes in. Deft doesn't care about turret shots. They have lost an entire minion wave, so they'll need to wait for that one. But it's only Karis and Envy that are left up and available to defend these Nexus turrets.
The Might's getting some little chip damage in for you as well as bye-bye.
It's so silly. He has got almost... Oh, okay. Yep. BDD is big time online. There's the flash forward from Pyosik. The hook's going to connect, and the Xayah is chain CC. No Featherstorm, no chance, and the Nexus will go down. KT and utter shellacking over Bro here, and it's all thanks to the rookie in the top lane. There is the Aphelios.
They went Aphelios into Vi.
Yes, they did. But they have a Devour.
True. They have one of those. It is going to be a scary time for Envy on the Rift. But it will still complete the backs.
One thing that I can say, though, Wolf, is that it's the first time that we've seen a Maokai with a 10 CS advantage over an Aphelios.
Yes.
In this, because often, even in like a Senna, the sub for BDD back then, in about 2020, I believe.
Yeah. 21, I think.
21?
Yeah.
It was when Gen G were very, very good in spring.
Yeah. I think it was 2020 with armor. So he's just very big, very early, and still maintains that 20 CS lead. Already back, putting pressure on the teleport. And Pyosik's here with level 6. And, I mean, Envy, you're in trouble. You're in danger.
Oh, dear. Well, Pyosik is flashing on top of him still. Envy is going to be able to do a fair bit. Flashes to get himself out of the way here, but it is not going to do anything. And now, there's the Catfish out of Waterwolf down there on that bottom side. As they do have Doive coming on over, and that might be the best way to deal with it. Beryl going to use that Twisted Advance, but Pyosik is focused on
ult.
Taking the Gromp, and Beryl is just going to be given up for dead. He's going to wander around a little bit first, though, and it might just be Envy that's able to get the kill, and Beryl doesn't want that to happen, so he's going to give it over to Doive. That was an odd series of events there.
Well, I think help you out, but it's not going to happen.
Meanwhile, Doive is doid. He doid in the jungle. Yeah, I don't know.
That was pretty funny.
Oh, you can just like control it like Mordekaiser's old.
Yeah.
Or Tibbers, which still exists, would have been more relevant.
Controlling it, you know, moving it around like
a
clone.
Or Daisy. Oh my god. Okay, Doive will find a target here as Pyosik has to get out. Vault Breaker going to be used. Perfect boops and scoots, but he's not going to be able to save Pyosik this time around, and he had no flash as he'd used it earlier. And Bro, finding something in the enemy
to get there, as this could be bad for Perfect.
Yeah, the Apprehend going to be used as Perfect. He's going to have to run the flash forward from Morgan as they're both ghosting. And Perfect is going to be able to ghost a little bit better as he's going to dab and go home.
That plate goal is not going over.
No, and man, Beryl is just being annoying as there's a Vault Break on effort. He's going to have to flash. This will dive and not going to escape that. Cease and desist.
Clean from Pyosik to hold that one, as Karis has maintained a CS parity with his lane opponent, and BDD has been getting some flips off, but at least he's going to be relevant when we get to this later part of the game, as relevant as Azir can be on this patch. Maybe you're able to get a pick there. Fortunately, no Azir nearby. It was a little tough, but he just kind of missed it, unfortunately, as Karis is not going to get any plate gold down here, but we'll do a significant amount of damage to this turret with effort shadowing him here.
So he's going to have to back off. And speaking of backing off, BDD, very conservative play here.
And now, though, Karis is going to have to rely on the Sun Disc.
Well, there is the Nature's Grasp, and the Sun Disc does come down, but he's not even in range of it. And Emperor's Divide pushes a couple of members underneath. Pyosik happy to tank that one up. Nice little pick here, as now Envy having to deal with Perfect. His Gravitum has already been used, and there is the flash away and effort turning up. That will deter Perfect for the moment, as Morgan, a lot of damage to him with the Infernum. Envy, even though he's very far behind, still does need to be respected somewhat at least. As Shelly pops up, looking to see whether she can get some work done. Morgan on the flank angle, just dealing with soccer balls, just coming from everywhere, as now they're going to use such an interesting engage tactic. Doive having to get himself out of there, as now Effort does devour Morgan, but is he going to be able to keep himself alive? Karras looks for the backline, finds the air, and Beryl is just going to scoot on past because Twisted Advance avoid all of the CC.
BDD with a good flash there too. He says, I am Azir. You cannot imprison me. You think I miss those flashes? You think I don't flash those ults? I flash those. Hextech Soul, the first of Soul Point here really for KT here, but there's just no ability to contest, and now as Bro this far behind, you can't contest for the Soul. And if they got that engaged to work, if they were able to get a pick there, you know, Morgan didn't build Stridebreaker because its item is not in a great place right now, but it also means that Darius doesn't really have that much of a functionality in this game as he went Trinity Force, and he may be dead.
Yeah, Perfect Pyosik is going to walk at Morgan. Let's see what Morgan can actually do here outside of just dying. And he's just going to die, unfortunately. Just too much for him to deal with. The cool lance now completed. Sundered Sky will mean that Pyosik is a legit fighting force in this game as well.
It's just so hard to kill him. And when your fellow is sitting on one item, Beryl?
Yeah, he has found himself a Tahm Kench and will interrupt his voyage, and that's going to be the end of that, as now Karras gets in there, finds two with the ultimate, but Beryl, Twisted Advance once again. Envy tries to pick one up, but BDD gets the heal, and he will survive. And now Vault Breaker onto Envy, all of the buttons being pressed, and the Aphelios is still sad. KT now thinking about a big purple worm and maybe an early trip home.
I think that might be where we're headed, Atlas. I mean, there's just no hope here. Even the plays that look proactive in the have picked wouldn't have been the answer necessarily, as we're doing it again.
Yeah, Morgan is, I mean, Pyosik could have just soloed in there. Deft and BDD turned up as a cheer squad, I'm pretty sure, as BDD managed to throw down some rocks.
Because of, unfortunately, how poorly the early game went for Morgan is...
Perfect thought about running away and then decided, hang on a second, maybe I can just kill them all.
What's
Emperor's Divide looked like it did nothing, but as it turns out, Perfect can't kill them all. There were too many there, Saplings especially, so he will be doing a fair bit of damage. As now, yeah, Perfect just able to run away this time, and I think that that is the correct choice. As Bro looking to start off this dragon, Hex Gate, and Perfect's going to try it again.
There's no call. I mean, they're like, do we hit dragon? Do we get out? I don't know.
Some rocks do go down. Beryl's going in, as he loves to do. And there is the separation. Doive has to flash to get himself out of there, as the Nature's Grasp comes down as well, and Bro are just getting handled right now. These shurikens are starting to hurt, though. The Apprehend is kind of massive. Emperor's Divide doing some work, and they take down Beryl. The dragon is taken by the Udyr, and it is a catastrophe now. Bro they didn't have the stats, they didn't have the items, and Pyosik may not have the life. Here could be the revenge. The answer is no, actually. Pyosik just a little bit too far ahead, and BDD, he's taken down.
It's on top of the backline there, as he tried to do in that last fight.
Oh dear. Pyosik has found Effort, and Effort is going to get interrupted and destroyed. Trying to go for an Abyssal Dive there was a fool's errand, as of course Pyosik can just use his R button. And so now the defense for these carries on the side of Bro is not going to be there. With Hextech Soul, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Emperor's Divide to push them away. And that does keep Bro alive for the moment, but their inhibitor is still going to be going down. And look at this. I mean, Deft is already doing so much damage here.
So big. It's unreal. He's got Liandry's, and you were just not getting in here. He doesn't have ult, but doesn't matter.
Steal, question mark? As Perfect, he's just looking for Envy. He's going to dive all the way in there. Apprehend going to be utilized, but it doesn't really do too much, as now BDD has created a little pocket for himself. And Morgan in that backline looks for Deft, but Deft is able to take care of it. Takes down two that were facing off towards him, and Envy not going to stand here for much longer. Triple kill for Pyosik, and that is going to be the last one. BDD with the alpaca thumbs up as they walk towards the Nexus. And KT, I mean, they used to be the meme. Clean 2-0, nothing to see here. That was often said sarcastically, but this was a pretty clean 2-0 here today.
Yeah, one of the more one-sided series we've seen, unfortunately, this season. Just completely outclassing the side of Bro, and new jungler coming in. You know, it didn't really work out. Still early days. Don't want to judge too harshly. It's KT bouncing back in a big way. We said they need a 2-0 here, and they got it.
These were some of the best highlights from today's LCK 2024 Spring Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.